Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is totally not planned at all. I just decided to start filming because I just had the most inspirational conversation that I've ever had in my entire life. Backstory, my mom and I go to this yoga place and it's like one of the only yoga studios that we have around here. My mom goes very often. She went about a week and a half ago and texted me and was like, oh my God, Ella, I just met someone that could like totally be your new best friend. And I was like, okay. She was like, she's just so cool and she's going through a lot of the things like you're going through, and I just think it'd be really awesome if you guys like met and talked. So my mom texted, oh my God, what is wrong with me? My mom texted me yesterday while I'm at work and was like, hey, I think me, you, and this girl that I met at yoga should totally go out to breakfast tomorrow morning, today, and just meet up and just talk. We went to this place called the Z Vault, which I went to with Connor in another one of my videos, and we all got smoothie bowls and I got a really good coffee, and we just had the most amazing conversation because she is going through a lot of the same things I'm going through. We just could relate so much to each other, and I just walked away from that conversation feeling so inspired by her and just her mindset, and I think she walked away also feeling a little bit inspired by maybe whatever I said. We just were like bouncing off of each other. That doesn't happen very often. Like, you don't just meet a stranger and like completely feel like you can talk to them about anything. Like, I was talking to her about some deep stuff and she was talking to me about some deep stuff, and we just like really hit it off. So I thought I'd come on here and talk a little bit about just some of the stuff we talked about. And I was thinking as I was talking to her, I have talked about dropping out of college, and that's like a big part of this channel, but I kind of just put it out there that I'm not going to college, and I kind of just left it there, and I haven't really done a lot of explaining. And to be honest, I haven't really felt ready to explain that until after this conversation that I just had. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about why like I'm really not going to school, why I was so afraid of like talking about it, and just spread some like awareness and knowledge about some stuff, just because I feel like there are way more people out there that could relate to me. Like, I just felt kind of alone for the past couple of weeks, and meeting with this girl has just made me feel so not alone, and she felt the same way, and it made me realize like there has to be like so many people out there that are feeling similarly to us, but they just don't have anyone to go to because this is such a different path that we decided to go down. And I feel like a lot of people either are afraid to talk about it or completely are against it. So this video is not only for me just to kind of talk about it, verbalize my thoughts, but is also good for anyone that happens to stumble across this, that just needs advice from someone new. I just had a phone call, so the lighting is different, the angle is probably different, and I'm kind of blanking on where I left off. Can you focus on my face? I usually talk about like what I'm feeling and what I'm going through to like my mom, and she always gives me like the best advice, but sometimes you need a new opinion. You need just someone new to bounce your feelings, thoughts off of, and today I did exactly that with my new friend. So I'm just gonna hop right into it. Let's just get started. Why did I drop out of school? So when I was at college, I was in an environment, I was in Florida. I was in a warm, sunny environment, which I knew I needed, and I still need. I miss that so much. Being in the cold is no. I made amazing friends. I had a beach on my campus. I had a pool on my campus. The party scene was so much fun. Like, why would I want to leave? It had nothing to do with really my surroundings or my college at all. It had all to do with me and what was going on in here and in here. It probably started in October, and I just started feeling like, or just started thinking about college. Like, I went in undecided. I had no declared major. I had no clue what I was doing. I was like, all right, I'll just take the first year to just dabble in some things, you know? So I was just taking random classes. Tried out for the a cappella group, didn't make it. There were no other clubs that I felt like I could join because they were all science related, because the college that I went to was very sciencey, which if you were a aspiring marine biologist or bio-osh person, like, this college is so perfect. But if you are a person that is more artistic, a little bit more into the entertainment, a little bit more into communications, I guess, not so much. I was really starting to just like freak out a little bit, because I was like, why am I here if they don't have anything for me? So then I was like, nah, I'm scared. I don't want to be here for several reasons. I've talked about it a little bit before. It wasn't just because they weren't offering me the classes or the resources that I needed. It was genuinely because in my heart and in my mind, I was not happy there. I never felt like that place was right. There were so many other freshmen there that were adjusting like me, and they adjusted in a second. They were like, oh my God, this place is my home away from home. Like, I never want to leave. You know, on Thanksgiving break, they were counting down the days to go back, and I had absolutely no desire to go back to that campus. That was when it really hit me. I was like, okay, if I don't want to go back literally at all, this is a sign. I had this realization, and I was like, okay, this place costs a lot of money. I'm not happy, because money really isn't everything. I mean, I was considering it just because if I wasn't happy in a place that my parents were paying a lot of money to be, you know, that doesn't make any sense. But really, I wasn't happy. And after a lot of just meditating and thinking, I was like, do I need to go to college at all? Like, why does college have to be the next step in my life journey? Like, why do I have to go to high school for 4 years and then immediately jump into another school for another 4 years? And that thought freaked me out, because I was like, it's been drilled into my head. I mean, I went to a Catholic college preparatory high school. For 4 years, it was drilled into my brain that I was going to college next. And the thought crept in, like, maybe college isn't right for me, and everything that I had been taught throughout my entire life was like, whoa. So I decided to make the decision, and I dropped out of college. And then I was like, what did I just do? I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't have a really set plan. I tried to make it seem like I had a set plan because I was afraid of what people were gonna think when they asked me why I dropped out of college, and my response was, I don't know. I was like, I can't tell people that. I cannot tell people that I don't have a plan, because they're just gonna judge me and think I'm dropping out to be lazy. I even saw a tweet on Twitter that like totally triggered me, and it was like, people that drop out of college are like such bums, they're just doing it to like blah blah blah. I'm like, how can you say that? You don't know. I'm not dropping out of college to be a bum. I'm working a full-time job right now to make as much money as I can to do the next thing. I'm working on YouTube. And to me, that's really important, and not being lazy at all. That really triggered me, as you can probably tell. I kind of fell into this like hole of like sadness in a way. Like, I was bored, all my friends went back to school. I wasn't being as productive as I would have liked, and I started really beating myself up for it. I was like, girl, you dropped out of college, like, what are you doing? You can't just sit here and be a complete bum, like that tweet. I was like, you know what? Especially after this conversation that I had today, realizing that beating yourself up is the worst possible thing you can do, and it was the worst possible thing I could have been doing for myself in that moment. Everything happens for a reason, and it's totally, totally okay to give yourself a little break or a little bit of time to just be. I was just kind of living, just kind of just being, and it happened, and that's, you know, I can't beat myself. Ooh. And then I was finally like, all right, time to get a job, time to start getting productive. So got a job. and now we're here. That is why I dropped out of college. I want to live life. I want to experience it. I want to work right now, make as much money as I can, and then go somewhere. Don't know where that is, but I just want to go somewhere. And I want to meet people. I want to make connections. I just want to see if through experiencing life, this life that is completely just open for me to use and do whatever I really want. Like, I want to see what I can find, and I didn't want to be confined in a place that I was taking these classes that really weren't going to take me anywhere. So my mom came in the door just now and we had lunch, and so I just want to really quickly finish off because I don't want to make this video like too long. This is kind of a video for anyone that needs to watch or listen to someone that might be going through the same thing, and also kind of for me because I'm hoping I can look back on this video in the future and be like, wow, I really made progress and I really learned a lot. What I was saying and what I'll finish off with is the main reason I dropped out of college is I just did not feel like I needed an education like that right now. I want to learn through experiencing things. I want to learn by jumping around to different places and living there for weeks or months, making new connections with people. I just feel like in society, we have this idea that we need to have one thing that we want to do, grow up, do that, and make money off of it. And for me, I feel like I could do a lot of things to make money and support myself, but also like have a really fun, happy life. That's why I'm not going to college. And instead of doing that, I am working and then eventually moving somewhere, don't know where that is, and just letting life happen. I can make whatever I want happen because of the law of attraction. I can manifest things. I just am so confident in my decision, and I just wanted to make this video to clarify it because I feel like I said it in my first video, I've mentioned it a few times, and I either haven't said it as confidently as I feel it or it's come across kind of vaguely. So I hope you guys enjoyed this very random, very talky video. I don't really know what I'm going to be posting next, but stay tuned, like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.